Well, we kicked off the season with a heck of a ball game last night. It's fun to see it get started. We made it. Here it is, as close as we can get to going. Everybody's ready to roll, and you got to wait and open up the Christmas package, see what you got inside, and find out what it is. Can't wait to see our guys go.
I've got to see so many guys, whether it's Derek Hall, Mike Morris, a lot of guys that have been out there in camp, so many guys back.
Yeah, it feels good to have those guys. We've been counting on them all along, and then you go without for a while, so it's a nice boost to get them back out. And everybody held through, made it, no problem. So we're ready to go.
How was Witherspoon's practice week? What's that mean?
He did a nice job. He did a nice job getting through it. He worked and competed, got a lot of turns, but measured the whole time. They just feel like he's just got it. He could possibly play. So we got him as questionable, and we'll see what happens with that. But we got to do long-term thinking and make sure we're taking care of our guys as best we possibly can. And so we'll see what we do with that.
Does Smith and Jigba have any limitations at all, or is he just holding?
He hasn't shown one. Seriously, he's been amazing. Like I've been saying, it's really really cool to see.
I mean, I know you were obviously hoping for the best as soon as you heard about the injury, but did it surprise you at all?
Oh, everything has surprised me. Everything, it could have been an entirely different process throughout, but he was a true competitor. He's a real deal, and he demonstrated that.
What happened when Damian missed?
Just banged his shoulder a little bit. He's fine. He's fine.
Do you expect him to play?
Yes. We just kept him out yesterday.
And how about with Ken Walker popping up on the injury report yesterday? Is he okay?
He's fine. He's been screaming out here. He's doing great.
With the rookies, first game for all those guys, is it any different talk you give them just to make sure they're in the right space? A lot of guys.
Yeah, like John, I've been working for this day for a long time with those guys, in particular in our language and our our perspective and how we want to respond and deal with it and all of that. We'll find out how we did. We'll find out if the guys are able to play like they're capable. That's really all. It's a simple ask in a sense, but it's way harder to do than anybody could do it if it was easy. So I'm hoping that the guys will do their part, and play the game like we've been counting on them, and play really hard and chase it around and do all the cool stuff that we've seen them do to get them to this point. It's a very, very exciting young group of guys now, and they're going to play. They're going to be out there.
What are the benefits of any from calling the game from the box versus the
Well,
field?
years ago when I was at San Francisco, I'd never been upstairs, and George Seifert told me to go upstairs. When I was there for the 2 seasons I was with him, and from the moment I got up there, I kicked myself because I didn't realize how much better it is to call the game from upstairs. It's just better, and it's easier. It's clearer. You have more at your disposal. You have more information handed to you over your shoulder at all times. And you just really, and you can see things happening. Not so much see the game. It's see what's leading up to the game. It's the substitutions. It's the down and distance. You immediately see the D&D when you're upstairs, and then you also see that you're the first one to see the guys coming on the field too. All of those things dictate how you make your calls. So. It's just a better place. I was thrilled that he was open for the thought, and he went up there and thought there's no question he wants to be up there. So
Did it feel better? Did it work better procedurally for those things in the preseason?
it worked fine. Like we were in full mid-season form. So we had prepared for it and done a lot of work to make sure that we were ready, and it was easy.
Knowing that, why do you leave it up to them, coordinators, to figure it out?
I didn't.
You told him?
Yeah, I wanted him to go upstairs, and I just wanted, but I was going to gauge it on how he handled it, and what he felt, and so it worked out great. So we're excited about that.
He said he wanted to do that last year, but obviously we're breaking in a new scheme, getting the assistant coaches, that many of them for the first time. But how much of the players play in that too, with just needing to have him down the field?
Well, no, you miss a guy like Clint. It's not like it's all or nothing here. It's a great idea in all areas. You give up something. He's a great sideline coach, and he's important to the players. He's the one that talks to them all the time, so they don't get the direct conversation with him. So you got to have strong guys down there that do a good job, and fortunately, our guys handled it really well. That's part of the process in deciding whether it's going to work out and all. And so we put it all together, and he was all for it and made it work. So. Carl and John downstairs and the other guys that are on the staff down there, they did a fine job of picking it up and carrying the load down there. So.
Now that you're to this point, how do you just feel about the team in general? That's kind of how everything has gone to here.
You know, Bob, the whole time it's been building towards getting to this point. You know, everything has been a staging of it, and there hasn't been any setbacks at any time. You know, the mentality of the players, their hungriness, and that probably would be better if you said hunger. Their hunger, you know, for trying to do something special with this season, it has been obvious the whole time. The couple guys that we added, you know, Drake coming in and Julian coming in, you know, and Mario, those guys, they've had an impact, you know, and as well to add to it. It's just been a great process for us to get to here. And we get now. I say all that, you know, and I'm really fired up. And we're as well equipped right now as we've been in a long time, and we're young and feisty and ready to go too, which I love. And we have experienced leadership. So all of those elements come together to make it, you know, very high hopes and big expectations. And we ain't backing off. We're going to win every game, and we're going to try doing it by winning this first one, and then we'll see what happens next. You know, so. It's been nothing but ups and positive, you know, and the fellas have done a really good job. The leadership has done a really good job to hang with us and keep the young guys moving along and keep everybody in order. So it's been really cool.
You said earlier this week you were excited to get Mike Morris back into the mix here. What is it about having him back this year?
6'6", 300. You know, he's just a different looking guy on our field than other guys, and he's got the stature. He's really smart. He's done a really good job playing technique for us and done some really good things. He's got a ton of learning to do, but he's a really an astute learner, and he's going to figure it out. He'll be improving throughout the season, and so. You know, I pictured once we saw him, got him on the field a little bit. I saw kind of what we thought, you know, he could become, and then we lose him for a bit. So it was frustrating to not have him because we were just getting going. So to get him back now with a couple weeks under his belt and ready to go, so we're feeling he's got a role to play, and we're gonna find he's gonna play in this game.
Is the shoulder thing behind him, or is that something?
It's right over here. You know, it's I don't know that. You know, I mean. We'll find out, you know, when he plays. We'll see how he does. Right now he's in good shape, feels strong and all of that, and we'll see if he can sustain. And the rehab has really helped him. We'll see.
He's in the rotation for Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Is Jackson going to return punt?
You have to wait and see. Wouldn't that be terrible if I just broke it to you right now? Gosh darn.
On the young guys, you talked about their hunger. Just what did you see about their professionalism off the field, diving into the playbook, taking care of their bodies, and just making that transition to be professional?
Yeah. There are no hitches. There has been. Let me fix this one too. There have been no glitches along the way. And do we edit these things? No. They're smart, you know, and they're listening, and they're taking from the leadership, you know, what's important and how to do stuff, and they just have been on track the whole time. I mean, we haven't had any issues around the hotel, guys off the field, and there's been nothing. There's been nothing, you know, to set us back at all. We haven't had any issues. So it's just been on the field, practicing, working hard, having fun, meeting, doing all our stuff, and it's just been an impressive group. So that's why it's such a build to this point. You know, it's just everything's been on the positive.
Experience of last night, do you pay any attention to the Lions and your staff, just casual watching it?
The Lions? Of course. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, you mean the fact that they're playing that night, and so that we get to see the next opponent? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it just, you know, we're watching just as we're competing, and so we got to see what we can see and what the game shows us. You know, you get information that you don't get at other times when you see a game of that magnitude and that kind of exposure and all that. So it's good. We're pretty disciplined about it. You know, we're not confused by what we just saw. You know, it was good to see him.
I thought you said, "Oh, no way, we got to get
Have you settled on a left corner for Sunday? Starting with one of them?
Yeah.
Trey Brown?
Yeah, you're going to see. Everybody's going to play. You know, the guys have all been working really hard, so everybody will get some play time. We'll see. Let them figure it out when you figure it out.
Anything else?
Good.
Thank you.
See you guys.